Hey guys, this is Geoffrey with Youth Lawn Care. Hey, this is a part two of a video I made back on April 24th. If I did the math right, it was 16 weeks ago, and I was doing a first mow of this property. And here I am on mow number 16. And as you can see right on the corner there, it's a little dry. And guess what? We got some crabgrass, of course, because 'tis the season for crabgrass. It's growing like crazy. You might notice in there some dollar spot in that yard also. But mostly just starting to dry out a little bit. It is about the beginning to middle of August, and it's typical weather here in central Illinois. Hot, dry, not as much rain as we get earlier on, like in June and July. And usually the humidity is not as bad, more drier air. It's been a little bit humid, but nothing like we had earlier in July and in June. So these are about normal temperatures, 80s, and just hot outside. So things have slowed down a lot. But I just wanted to show this property, what it looks like. If you go back and look at that other video, it was pretty green and thick. Actually, it wasn't super thick yet, but it was definitely green. Also, right straight ahead across there is zoysia grass, and I'll have a little clip of that later. But actually, this day here, you see I had a jacket on. It had been misting earlier and raining a little bit, and you might think I'm a little weird because why am I wearing a jacket? But you know what? It was kind of chilly in a way. I'm just so used to the hot that I'd rather just sweat underneath there because it cools me off. I'm just used to it. But anyway, the boulevard, especially right there, is kind of taken over with crabgrass. I don't know why it's so bad, but we got our rain later this year, more like in July when it was super hot, and that's when the crabgrass took off. And here's the creek. Can't really see down in it, but there's like no moisture in there right now. And I'm just gonna make some stripes here in this video, but it's been a good summer. I can't complain at all. I mean, I've been busy all summer. It's starting to finally slow down, and that's probably a good thing. Those of you that have followed me for a long time and know me pretty well know that I'm a teacher actually too. So I'm gonna be heading back to school next week. I teach physical education to elementary kids, and doing the mowing then after school. But you know what? It's all right if it slows up a little bit this way because it's kind of be a little bit of adjustment, get back into the groove of things. But I'll make do. But also, I was saying this was the 16th mow. If I counted right, there's 16 more weeks until Thanksgiving. Hard to believe. That means the season is half over, and really more than half over because I don't really do a whole lot in November. I mean, I probably work up till Thanksgiving, but it's not like you're mowing everybody's yard every week. It's more just leaf cleanups. Usually by about the third week of October, that's when it really falls off big time. We usually get real cold by then, and frost sets in and freezes, and that's the end of the growing season. But then there's still leaves to clean up well into November. It has been at least the last few years. Actually, I've gone into December just a little bit. But anyway, that's nothing to worry about now. It's hard to believe, 16 weeks, but right now, as warm as it is, you just don't even think about it being anywhere close to near possible. But that means, I guess, only about 17 or 18 weeks ago it was snowing too, because we had snow right before this. So the time goes quick and the seasons change fast, so won't be long and it'll be cold again. But anyway, here you can see some of my stripes in this yard. It's a big property, as you saw in the video before. Right there, there's some spots that are kind of brownish, like I said, but overall pretty good green color to it yet. And so it's pretty amazing that it is as green as it is. But like I said, it's been a good summer, and we've had some moisture, but now as the time was starting to get dry. Missed a lot of rains recently. Actually did have one little one here. It was hit and miss, so again, like always. And we could really use a good shower. But like I said, for me, in my situation, if we go dry a little bit, you know what? That's all right. I just don't want to see where everything goes dormant. I'd rather me where if we're going to be dry, I still be able to mow every week or two. Not every necessarily week, obviously that wouldn't happen, but every 2 or 3 weeks. And pretty much I've been mowing everything every week. I mean, this yard has never been skipped. So I mean, look how good it is. Doesn't look like I'm cutting a lot off, but I'm actually mowing more off than you realize. And it's a very thick yard. Bumpy, as you can see too, but you know, that goes with it. But anyway, I'm going to have just a little bit more footage here, so I'm going to stop this clip, and then I'm going to get another clip here that kind of shows us some different things here. Alright, here I'm mowing here. If you look over to the left in that other yard, that's zoysia grass. Got a nice lighter green color to it, but for you southern boys, it's what you're used to. It looks great in the heat of summer like this, especially here in the Midwest where it's really thriving right now. But I'm just making some stripes back and forth, and when we come back up here in a second, we have just a second of footage of this is a house where I tore out some bushes and did some landscaping. I'm going to have some area to seed in up there next to where some bushes used to hang out. I made the mulch bed a little bit smaller, but I put mulch down and some new plants in. And that's up here by the house, and she's been having to water them like crazy to keep them alive. But it's starting to look pretty good. But kept the weeds out of there, and there's a short view of it right there. But this clip here is going to end. And here's the clip. This is the boulevard between her house and the street, but this is where the neighbor's zoysia actually went underneath the driveway, and that is all zoysia grass. Correct me guys if I'm saying it wrong too. I'm not sure if zoysia or zoysia or however you say it, but anyway, you can kind of tell that stuff is like a thick carpet. I'm actually kind of surprised that it does have more weeds in it this year than it seems like in the past. I don't know why that is either, but you know, it's always pretty thick this time of year. Well, all the time, but I mean, growing the best this time of year. But you can see it probably would look better if it was fertilized, because I believe summertime is when you want to fertilize more than season grass, but I'm not doing that. But anyway, right here is packed with bluegrass and probably some rye in there and some fescue, but mostly bluegrass. But over on the far end, that's where I had a lot of trouble with dollar spot. Down there where you see it's lighter in the corner, and then it's a lot darker over on this end, right up here in the left hand corner there. Yeah, it's kind of an orangish look. That's where I had some trouble with dollar spot. But anyway, I'm just striping this up back and forth and trying to make it look nice. This was also some landscape that I cleaned off early on. I might have had a video on that. So this video is just kind of a good mid-season video showing, you know, what everything looks like. All the plants in full bloom, and they're looking pretty good. But like I said, it is dry, and so you can see the grass is just kind of a pale color, not super dark like in the springtime. But anyway, guys, I hope you've enjoyed this footage here. Hope this is just giving you kind of an idea of how things are looking. And hey, comment below. Tell me how your season's been thus far. It sounds like some places out east have been really wet. Others have been dry. The Midwest, it's been hit and miss. It sounds like Iowa's been dry, and Missouri's kind of dry. Indiana, I think, has gotten a lot of decent rains. Illinois, a little of both. Some places have got rain, some haven't. But comment below, tell me how your season's been. How's it down south? I know some of you guys are way down in Louisiana or Florida will watch. Guys out in Oklahoma, and I don't have anybody way out west that I know of that watches this channel, but if you do, comment and let me know. What's it like out on the Pacific Northwest? What's it like in up in the plains? Yeah, just comment below if you're watching, because I'm curious to know. It just seems like we've had a lot of extreme weather all over. And who knows? Anybody's guess. What's the fall going to be like? Is it going to be early fall, or is it going to hold on like it has the last few years? But here you can see where it's really kind of dry looking. I think that's more of that dollar spot. It just affected that yard, and it doesn't look so good. The big problem here was, guys, I did not do anything real early in the spring on this yard. I think I put a late fall winterizer down, but I did not put anything down early spring, and then I just did late spring, and it probably just needed more nitrogen to help boost it. But here's my stripes. I'm coming around the house showing you, and there's a landscape that I did with the natural edge in there. And in this last clip here, I'm just showing off my stripes, of course. I got to show them off. And I just take the mower and blow a little grass there, and then head back onto the trailer. All right, you guys, hope you're enjoying the footage. Like I said, comment below, let me know how everything's going. And thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't yet. And have a good one. We'll see you guys later. Take care.